Hello, sunshines. How art thou?
Art
How
thou
art
well?
thou? Beautiful lady. How are you, Miss Stacie?
I'm good. How are you? Thank
I
you.
am good. So we are back. After it's been like what 6 months since I took a little hiatus and decided to go find who Creative Stitching Diva is. So I took a little hiatus, and this would be like season three. If I
Okay.
want to make it seasons, it'll be like seasons three. And so I said, let me find a perfect person to come on for that first coming back podcast. And I said, you know what? Let me bring on Miss Stacie Pinkjoy Crochets,
Thank
Strands Extraordinaire, Stacie Jackson.
thank you. I am honored, actually. I really, really am. So I really appreciate it.
Aw, no problem. So I was telling you right before we became live that I was admired by you, especially because you had said something on my post about astrology, and then that was something that I was starting to like really get into. So I said, you know what, let me dig deep. So I don't like saying the word stalker, but I like to look more into people because I honestly I do not go on people's profiles. I really don't know why. I just don't have the habit of it. Some people say, oh yeah, this person got this, and I don't do it. I just I
I
don't
don't
do it.
I don't do it because I don't like to be unintentionally inspired by other people's work. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But if I see something I like, I'm sharing it. I mean, I think you can see that I'm an advocate for pushing us in the art of crochet. So
Yes, especially with strands, but we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna get there. So, who are you, Stacie? Let's see who you are first.
who am I? Oh
Yeah,
gosh, that is
who are
a multi-complex thing, and I'm only gonna give you this much of that. um, being that I am a double Scorpio, you know what that means in astrology. So, yeah.
the mouth?
So say that again.
That your mouth.
Oh, that in that I'm very private to a degree. So if you know me, you know me. If you don't, you think you do. So, and you're probably wrong. But anyway, who am I? I'm just like everybody else. I am a woman who is just passionate about the gifts I've been given from the powers that be, whatever you want to call them. um,
Mhm.
and I just feel the need to give back and share and just, big up our community and just and my me and my family and just all of that. So I'm a crochet artist. I am by trade a software engineer. I'm a computer geek. I'm a coder. I've been a coder since, gosh, almost 30 years. I'm dating
Oh
myself here, but
wow.
I've been in the game for quite a while. I'm a mother. Um, I am other things. I am, what else? I'm an event producer. That's the fun part. I'm a creative. I'm a lover of people and arts and expression and investigation and digging deep. That's who I am.
Oh wow. Investigation and digging deep.
Yeah.
With what though? Like what do you
Um,
investigate? What do you dig deep?
oh, I usually have alternative points of view than the mainstream. Let's say that. That's one. So whatever interests me, I usually do a really deep dive into, because not that I don't like to be wrong about things. I don't like to be wrong in the sense that if I'm talking about something, I want to be factually correct about what I'm talking about. I'm not one of those people who just gonna spout off at the mouth with some nonsense. That I don't get down like that.
Mhm.
So I usually speak from fact. And so whatever I'm interested in, I dig down deep in. And if I don't really have much knowledge on it, I can maybe refer you, but I'm not going to speak on it. So
I love that. I actually like to research myself, so I definitely understand. I don't want to do anything unless I know a little bit of what it is, the background, and especially when it came to crocheting.
Mm-hmm.
I had two crochet mentors, so I had one person who was more relaxed and one person who was way more like stiff. Like she was like, "Don't do this, don't do that." But I had the best of both worlds, and even though I still had those two, I still dig deep and found my own like
Right.
thing, my own niche, and I just did what I felt like I needed to do. And I don't think a lot of people need, a lot of people don't do that. They
Right.
listen
They
to
don't.
what others say.
Okay, so here's an example. I taught myself how to code. So yeah, I don't have a degree or anything, but I taught myself how to code. And that just took a whole lot of research and just on the job stuff. So that's an example of how deep I can go digging into whatever it is I'm passionate about.
So that means you really have a love for coding, because it's no way.
Absolutely. I love what I do outside of the crochet world, my career. Absolutely. It's like magic. I love to code. I love to produce. I mean, so in every way what I do, I guess I'm a producer, so it's just different mediums in which I produce.
So with that being said, when it comes to crocheting, how did you start crocheting? Like, what made you start crocheting? What age too?
My grandmama, way back yonder, back in the let's see. I was going to the 5th grade. So yeah. Umpteen decades ago. Quite a while ago. So I crocheted a lot for a while, and then I didn't for a long time. And then when I got pregnant with my oldest daughter, I picked it back up by making her a blanket. And then I realized I don't like making blankets. Take too long. So, because I'm a Sagittarius too, so I'm a little impatient when it comes to certain things. Yeah. So I decided to make bikinis, because I figured I could do that in a sitting, and have it be done. And with that, I started beading my bikinis and beading stuff. So that's like one of the things that I like to do. But yeah.
So like, don't your fingers be hurting? Cause
no,
I do.
Yeah, look at what you do. That's so amazing what you do. You gotta really.
Yeah, but I can use a bigger
hook. You can't mess up stitches at all. Like with what I do, I can slip a stitch here and there.
Listen, I mess up. Okay, I mess up. I just know how to clean it up.
Right.
I mess up, but the thing about doing like bikinis, something small, you have to use like the smaller hook, and that's what gets me. That smaller hook makes my hands cramp, and I just don't think bikinis is a good idea for me because of all my assets. Like, I would like to wear what I crochet.
Hey, I don't wear. Well, let me see. I've worn maybe a couple of my swimsuits, but not really. I don't make stuff for me. But I'm starting to now. I don't know if you've noticed, but yeah, I'm starting to like
come out your shell,
show myself a little bit more. So, yes, about the hook. My favorite hook is a 3.5. That's my.
That's not that small. That's not that small. I roll with that.
Oh, dang! I didn't even bring a bracelet up here, but. When I make my jewelry, have you seen my beaded jewelry?
I saw some of them, yes.
Okay. Those, I use like a 1.6 for those, which is kind of small, 1.25, depending on the thickness of the thread. So I range from all the way small to usually as big as I like to go is an eye hook. I usually don't tend to go larger over an eye hook. And it's rare that I'll even hit eye. So between 1.25 and 4.5 are my favorite sizes.
Cool. So I did want to like sidebar a little bit off of crochet for a second. Okay. Like, what do you do when you are not crocheting? Like, besides coding? besides coding, besides, because I know you're a mom.
Right.
So, like, do you teach your kids how to crochet? Do you
What you
know?
think? You think they care about crocheting? I'm gonna have to teach my grandkids how to crochet, just like my
Yeah.
grandmother taught me, because my mama don't know how to crochet. So
Okay, so it skips every other. Okay.
whatever. Even though they see that I'm doing something my grandmother wasn't even hardly doing when she
Hmm.
was crocheting. So, but I don't know, maybe they'll pick it up one day. They have their own talents, so I'm not gonna worry about them in my world yet. So what do I do besides crochet and code? Well, I'm mostly coding, and then I'm crocheting, and then I'm event planning. So I don't know if I should delve into that now, but like I like to put together events like Hooker's Night Out, Strands. My very first event was actually called Hooks, Whips, and Chains, and it was more of a yeah, look, I used one of my like skimpy mesh dresses to use as the marketing for it. It was just on a mannequin, and the men were like, "What is this? What is this?" They just went crazy just because of the name alone. But anyway, it was called Hook.
Yeah, you see my face, like,
And you know what the whips are, right?
yes.
So it was all crochet related. Everybody be
Yeah,
having
I know.
everybody be having their mind in the gutter. I make all crochet related stuff.
But that was a good clickbait though, because I was like, wait, what? Even though
Yeah,
I know the crochet terminology,
right.
like, but
Yeah.
still.
So that was like more of a festival type of event. It had vendors and like we had a couple crochet courses, and it wasn't like a fashion show. So I hope to get back to that soon, one of these days. But I just like planning events, to be honest with you. Like we didn't really have no crochet stuff to do, you know, at all. Everything's geared around knitting and knitting this and knitting that and la 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 la. So I decided to step in a space that there was limited to nothing. I mean, in so
Yeah, and bring out crochet, because if you think about it and you type in crochet, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna show here.
right. I just be like, dang man, why? Okay.
It's like took over. Because in when I first started crocheting in 2011, they did show crochet stuff, but now, like, it took over. It's
Yeah.
like you can't even put in crochet unless you put in all this other stuff just to get what you really want. And I
Crochet.
don't really think that they are, and I'm saying they, but non-crocheters realize that crochet is a really huge business. It's something that you can make a lot of money from, and it's very it's not no it's not grandma-ish, because a lot of people say it's like, grandmas do it.
They
My
crazy.
grandma used to do it.
It's like, yeah, but now we rocking a whole new stilo right now. I mean, it's nothing like it. I mean, yeah.
Nothing.
You can make a whole lot of money. You know, my hashtag is I'm the high price hooker. Like I don't play games with the no.
High price hooker. Okay. I love that though. I love it. I like edgy stuff, because the first time I started putting my stuff on Etsy, it was more of a censored Etsy, and it wasn't just regular crochet. It was, well, I'm into graphic, so of course everything was graphs and stuff, but it was more of the fu, like you know, middle finger, stuff like that, graphs like that. So that's what I would put on Etsy, and that's how my business got up there, because I didn't realize so many people wanted edgy stuff. And
Yeah.
then that's when Etsy started like screening, like censored everything, and I had to like tone it down a little bit. But
And then you're combining edgy with what you think your grandma does. So it's some whole other, like, wow, oh, that's different, Yeah.
especially when you have to have a whole Facebook group just for people who wants to be able to talk a little bit edgy, or someone who wants to show a little bit of more stuff with their crochet work, because you can't just post, not everyone can post their bikini and show a little bit of skin, and you got so many people saying, why are you doing that, or why are you putting this out there? And that's the part that bothers me, because why we just can't be us? Like scroll.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, I don't deal with too many groups because I done been kicked out of quite a few. So yeah, I'm good. Like really, like seriously, we already a minority. Like really, you
Yeah.
shouldn't be. And I'm talking about just the crochet community as a whole being a minority to the knitting industry, you know.
Yeah.
And y'all want to be like that? Like, what's going on? Like, yeah, we ain't all making doilies. We ain't all making, you know, dog covers. We're just, you know, there's a whole variety of stuff out here. And yes, some groups, they're not with it, and it's not fair. I don't really like that at all.
I got kicked out a lot of groups, but you would think, like, why did you get kicked out of the group? And when you hear why, it's like, really? Because I got kicked out of one group because I was told to put my watermark on my pictures, and I did. I put my logo, and it was like, no, put your watermark. I did. I put my logo. No, a watermark is your name. And I'm like, no, I could put anything on
Whatever
my
as a
watermark. But that's why I got kicked out, because I put my logo instead of my name.
Yeah, you can't even ask people to be part of your crochet fashion group. I mean, not group, fashion show, because they don't want to hear it. I'm like, but okay, never mind. So
Like, really? So I was all right. So let's talk about Strands, right? So what is Strands?
Strands is a platform for fiber artists, mainly us hookers, to showcase our beautiful designs.
So it could be crochet and knitters, though, right?
It can.
Showing a little love for the knitters, right?
Nope. That's the K word. I don't really speak on the K word like that. I mean, not that I don't have love, because I can knit too. I just don't. It's just that I know I've said this, and please forgive me for those who may take this as offense, but I feel like the crochet industry is like the Black community. I mean, you know, like we're the second hand in the fiber arts industry, you know, like we're not respected. We're not, yarn ain't even made for us, you know, just like all kinds of stuff that it feels like we're the stepchild of the whole fiber arts industry. So I choose not to, I mean, I choose to big up that which is the underdog. How about that?
That's fine. Like Black Lives Matter, like, but so it's like crochet matters.
Exactly. We need
Crochet
that on
matters.
crochet
Yeah,
matters.
I get exactly what you mean. Just like when we put in crochet and we get the hair, or there's different types of say like niches, or if you want to put exactly what you do. And for me to say I'm a crochet designer, there's nothing for you to put as a crochet designer. Sometimes you have to put knit. Right. Because my Google page, I have a Google page, and my Google page, it actually says knit shop.
That's wrong. That's just discrimination against the crochet community. That's what that is.
And the thing is, I didn't make it a big deal. I just took it, okay, I'm gonna just do what I have to do. But then you have people say to us like, oh, I like the way you knit, or can you knit me this? Can you knit me that? And it's like,
I don't knit. This is crochet. Knitting has 2 needles. Crochet has 1 hook.
And you have to go through that over and over and over again. And it's like, okay, I'm honest with you. You know, and that's why we got shirts now that says I'm a crocheter, not a knit.
Right.
Not a knitter. And
so
it's a shame.
So Strands is that platform to showcase your work, especially since fiber. Where else are we going to do it? I mean, you know, like we don't have an art that you can really mass produce like that unless somebody else is making your work. Me personally, I don't feel like I'm of my own opinion, and this is not everybody, and that's totally fine. But if I didn't do it, it's not mine. You know, even if I did design it, it's the fact that I sat there and was, you know, winding yarn, putting my hook in here and doing that. That's what makes it a Pinkjoy Crochet. So I can't mass produce my stuff. So since I can't do that, I need some way to showcase it. So yeah, Strands. We can't make our stuff on a machine. It's all handmade. So we need to deal with it in a different way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so when did Strands start? Because I've heard of it in 2019.
Okay. I started the idea came to my mind in 2017, December of 2017. And I was teaching crochet classes at Southwest Art Center, which is my home away from home. And I was like, hey, I have this idea. And she was like, well, the theater's closed, but we got the black box. I was like, okay. And she gave me a date of March. I was like, oh, damn, I got 3 months to put a show together. That's what I did. So December, I came up with the idea. And March of 2018 was our first show. Wait, 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm. So this is year 6 that we've had a show.
Wow. I know I said because it's around my birthday. My birthday is the 11th. So when I saw, I was like, dang, I'm not going to be around. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to have a whole year to prepare. Because I told you, I was like, I'm going to be a part. Like, I don't care what I do. I don't care.
Yeah, please do. The next show is March 24th, 24. So 3/24/24.
Okay. I'm already be in the States. So I might as well.
Yeah. Yeah, you can showcase, whatever. You want a table, you can have that, So also with Strands is an artisan bazaar where all the vendors are handmade vendors. Like you have to make your craft in order to sell at Strands. But yeah, so it's just a whole funny event. We come together. I've had designers with me from the beginning. I get new designers every year. Half the designers come from out of state. We love each other. The models, the camaraderie, the sisterhood, it is off the chain. I don't know if you ever see the words and quotes that come up off the show, but everybody loves it, and they love each other, and they love working together. Like, we are the drama-free show. Mostly. Mostly. I ain't gonna lie. There's been a couple bumps, but for the most part, I mean, it's great. I love my dolls. That's what I call my crochet models, the crochet dolls. They're phenomenal. Never mind. I'm not going to say that. But I love all my crochet dolls. And y'all know who I'm talking about, who I love the most. And then, the designers, there's no competition. Let me get that clear. Let me make something clear about Strands. It is not competition. I don't compete. I collaborate. No, it's just all about us coming together and presenting our work.
And so it's a showcase of showing your work and just showing it to everyone and everyone seeing each other. Because I did think at one point it was a competition. Some people make it a competition.
Yes, they do. And I'm like, no, we already got enough drama between, it's enough drama in the world, number one. Reality TV doesn't help adding to it. That's enough competition over there. Let them do that. We need to stop operating in the spirit of drama, of competition, because really there is no competition in reality, in the true grand scheme of things. Like everybody says when they bite other people's stuff, oh, it's enough room out here for all of us. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject. There is enough room out here for all of us, so there is no competition, truly. So I don't operate in the spirit of competition ever, because we need to come together and build better more than anything.
And that's what I like about like there's certain groups that I am in that if someone posts something, it's like, oh wow, that's nice. Where did you get this idea from? And do you have a pattern? And they would actually share it, because there's some people that be like, oh, I freehanded. You know good and well, girl, bye. That not everybody freehands, and that's nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with freehanding, but
Right.
I think everyone wants to say I freehand because they don't want to say where they bought the pattern from, or they don't want to say that they got it from YouTube. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you was able to watch that YouTube video and actually crochet it, that's a good thing. That's a great thing. So admire that instead of saying I freehanded, knowing good and well you didn't. And then you have all these shady remarks and stuff like that.
I just be like, okay, so for me, I never ask about a pattern. I just don't, because I just don't. I just let them do them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even I don't even want to attempt to make anything that somebody else has already made. That's just me, though. I am the anti-trend person. I cannot stand trendy stuff. So
the bandwagon.
Yes, I cannot. I cannot.
I can't jump on that bandwagon. I just don't see the need to jump on the bandwagon. I don't see it. I don't get it. And sometimes you jump on that bandwagon and it ain't even to you. I don't get it.
No, I'm not a bandwagoner. You know that, right? So, so yeah.
No,
I don't. Yeah, I don't ask for patterns. Yeah.
I don't see a problem in asking for the pattern. It's especially it helps support others who are selling the pattern. But yeah, a lot of people don't want to share that.
Right.
They just don't want to share it.
Especially if they're trying to sell it. So yeah, absolutely. And yeah, so yeah. But I've seen the comments like, oh, okay, yeah, free-handed. So for me, I was a pattern. I still use patterns for stitch patterns. I try not to use patterns for design, but I do have a few pieces that are. And then I will distinguish them when I post and say made by or designed by.
Right.
Because some things I do design, but some things I will make from a pattern that I like. So I will distinguish the two, because I never ever want to take credit for something that's not mine at all.
Right. Exactly.
But what I've been challenging myself to do by being exposed to all these awesome creatives is to come up with my own patterns. But what I tell you I use for inspiration is just regular clothes. So a lot of times some of my pieces are just regular clothes that inspired me to make them in crochet in another color pattern, or you know what I mean? So that's what happens. But lately, the latest thing I've been on, which one thing about me is I like to challenge myself, and I used to hate motifs. Like, I was like, I ain't putting them things together. That's just right. But I love them now. I feel like I'm the motif maven. Like, if you look at most of my work, it's all motifs. Like, in some form or fashion, there's motifs on there. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I've accepted it, and I like it, because I learned you put the suckers together as you go, and then that eliminates that whole entire. I don't want to put these together after you're done. Who wants to do that? So if you put them together as you go, you're building your piece a lot faster, and you've eliminated so many steps. So yeah, I like motifs now, and I pretty much design almost everything around motifs.
That's dope, especially for your swimwear, bikinis, and like tops, dresses, sweaters. I just don't know if I want to dig deep into that because I would get frustrated. Like clothes for me, crocheting clothes is I could do it because I'm doing one now. It's just tedious.
It is.
It's
But okay, so this is what I like about motifs. You done with one in like 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. So
yeah,
it's like, woo, yay, I'm done with something. I'm done. You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
You put the next one together, like, woo, woo, I'm done. And now your piece is like this big. All
Hmm.
of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? And for my mentality, for my impatient self, that's better for me than back and forth, back and forth,
Yeah,
back and forth. You know what I'm saying? For me.
yeah.
Because I need to see that completion like this, or I'm gonna be like, I'm putting this down and I got something else to do.
So you got a lot of stuff that's in the corner that are bigger stuff. Yeah, we all got the corner.
A bunch of whips.
Yeah, we got a bunch of whips. Yeah, I still have some whips. And to be honest, my whips are the opposite of yours. I have the smaller pieces. It's just something about I just love graphing. So I just love putting like images and it don't have to be an actual image. It could just be like a design or
You're
something.
good at it. So yeah,
I love it. Even if
yes.
it's clothes, even if it's
Yeah,
anything that I put somewhere, I just like to put, even if it's a initial something, because I feel like that'll make it more unique.
it does. I like you have a dress with your pattern on it, right? A crochet dress. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really nice.
Oh,
So
thank you.
those should be on the stage at Strands, you know, soon. Um, will you be here before the Taste of the Arts?
And that is in
August 5th and 12th?
okay, so no, but I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put it up now so we could show what you are doing next. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm putting it up now. What is
Okay.
it?
So this delves into my other passion. I guess I be doing too much, really, to be honest with you. So my other thing I like to do, well, I've done is play the cello,
Mm-hmm.
um, but I haven't played since COVID started, really.
Cello?
Uh
You play the cello.
You haven't seen me post that picture? It's a picture of me
No.
on my Instagram with my cello.
Oh
Um,
wow.
so
Yes, you are multi-talented.
listen, thank you, but it's one of those situations where I can get by. You know, it's just the experience of having done it. I used to play it when I was in junior high school, and I decided to pick it up as an adult just to even just challenge myself to, you know, do something mentally challenging as an adult. Um, but I love music. Like, music is a love language. I communicate through music so much. I love musicians. I think for me, musicians are the top notch, top tier artists ever. Like, the fact that you can put music together is just utterly amazing to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've always been into music. This last past Strands show, we had Groove Centric, which is the band that you see up there. They played the music for the whole entire runway. So we had a live band playing the latest hits and some of their music to all the models walking. It was phenomenal. The vibe was fantastic.
Nice.
So, Taste of the Arts is again a collaboration of all of us, which is Groove Centric, the jazz band, I Am Arts, who always performs for us. They are a dance company here in East Point, Georgia, that I've been associated with for over 10 years now. They are phenomenal. They give phenomenal shows and performances, and I always have them performing to give the girls, the dancers, exposure on stage, you know, as much as possible. And then Strands. So my show will just be a mini show. So we're flipping this around, right?
Oh, okay.
Where Strands was the main show and the other acts were supporting acts. Groove Centric, this is a concert for Groove Centric where we're the supporting and opening acts for them.
Gotcha.
And it's just that, and then we're going to collaborate and do a few pieces together so that it's like a fusion of music, dance, and fashion. Music, fashion, and dance, rather.
That's so dope. I'm
So
not
that's
gonna be
it.
there.
So we have two. What did you say? Say that again.
I'm not gonna be there in
Uh,
August.
it's okay. This is going to be the first of many because I had no idea
Okay.
really that Strands was still going to be going on, now. It was just off the top of a whim. So, I mean, that's how God, the spirit, the universe gives us our stuff, like
Mhm.
boom, like whoa, okay.
Yep.
So, this is to boost us all up. Group Centric is a band from Atlanta. They've been together for a while. They're on their second album that just debuted in February. So we're just gonna expand the arts as much as we can.
Nice. What type of music do they play? It looks like more
They're a
like
jazz band.
okay, yeah, I was about to say, looks like
Yeah,
more
that
groove. Like,
that's
yeah.
it's missing the words jazz band under featured artists. I see that, but anyway, they're a jazz band, and their two featured artists are Cleveland P. Jones, who has a phenomenal voice. So go check him out on Cleveland P. Jones on Instagram, and Groove Centric also on Instagram. He will be performing as a special guest vocalist on the 5th, and then Julie Dexter, who is a sultry songstress, she performs on the 12th. So it's going to be two different shows on those days. I'll have the Strands show is actually called Lace. We're a lightweight Strands show, so it's called Lace.
Nice.
It's only going to feature 3 designers throughout instead of my usual 10 plus.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's what we are doing come next month.
Who are the designers? Do you have them now or?
Aisha Frazier is one. Miss Yubi, I think she's confirmed with me. I know she's got a lot going on. She just did Miami Fashion Week yesterday, which I'm so hurt that I was not there, but she just did it. And I'm sure she did phenomenal because Miss Rosemary Lewis is freaking amazing. So I know for sure I have Aisha, and I'm still debating the others. And maybe me. I didn't even showcase at my last show because I was just not in the headspace. But so I might just do it this time. But yeah, I'm still debating on a few others at the moment.
Okay. All right. So
If you
y'all
were
better
here, I
get
would
your
have asked you.
tickets.
I'm sorry, what?
I was telling them they better get some tickets. They better get them tickets.
Yes, they better get the tickets. So yeah, tickets are $35 and $55 for VIP, and we're just gonna do the thing. We have on the 12th, we're gonna have a pre-show as well to showcase IM Arts a bit more of what they have to offer, because they are definitely always accepting students and teachers, and they also have an online program called Project IM Arts, which I developed.
Okay.
Well, I was the software engineer part of it. It was their concept. So let me speak. I always like to speak correctly. But I developed the website for them. So it's going to be about showcasing that and more of what they have to offer for the students and adults.
Nice.
So that's what Taste of the Arts is.
Nice. So all right, y'all get y'all tickets because it's gonna be in Georgia. What part of Georgia?
South Fulton, which is right on the other side of Atlanta. Like, we used to call ourselves Atlanta, and then in 2017 we were the unincorporated part of Atlanta, and then they voted to make us a city. So now we're called the city of South Fulton. Okay. And yeah, it sounds far away, but like, we right here. We right here.
Okay. I don't know nothing about Georgia. Okay. I'm in a Jersey girl. I don't know nothing about Georgia.
Well, demographically, it probably is the same as far as like not attitude, mentality, but I'm not sure how Jersey is. But like as far as the trees and the, you know, the whole makeup of the topography of the land, I don't think it's too much different. I don't think. Do y'all got a lot of trees up there?
In certain parts.
Oh, okay. Well, if you ain't familiar with trees, there's a whole lot of doggone trees down here. Let me tell you that.
Okay, I think that's why I'm being forced and to go.
Yeah, I'm from LA, and everybody loves LA. I'm from LA and Long Beach. Everybody loves LA, and it's cool. But I like trees and life and nature, and you don't have a lot of that in the concrete jungles, you know, and it kind of really affects your mentality. I feel so different when I'm home than when I'm home, you know, when I'm in Georgia. Like just driving through the trees and the wildlife, it's just awesome here to me.
So I didn't really tell everybody, you know, that I was moving there, but I to go on what you are saying now is basically the one of the main reasons why I am going to Georgia. I am going because I'm feeling the need to be more out in nature, being the need to be around, like you said, trees and I feel like I'm outdoing my welcome here.
Mm-hmm.
When I thought about it, I was like, yeah, I'll go. But then it's like the more and more I got closer to my son who just graduated 8th grade, the more and more it was a need. And it was like every single day I'm getting like, I get these crazy dreams and like, I get, yeah. And it's like, you got to move, you got to move, you got to go. And then you realize when things are not working out where you are, it's time to go.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But it's
Absolutely.
crazy because it's not working out the way I want it here. But when I say, all right, it's time to move, then everything just starts shifting to, all right, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you can move. Yeah, this is a beautiful area where you could be at. And yeah, don't worry about money. And it's like,
Okay. So you want to know something about me? I have lived, let me tell you where I've lived. LA, Jacksonville, Shreveport, Dallas, Virginia. No. Yeah, Virginia, Maryland, DC, North Carolina, Nevada. Where else? Georgia and Florida.
oh, wow.
Did I say Florida already? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I've lived, I think, in 12 different places or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And which one you like the best? Georgia?
Oh, okay. So now, yes, Georgia, but my all-time favorite part of life was lit when I lived in DC. Oh my God.
Really? DC?
Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I thought LA was celebrity land back then. I was young back then. Okay. So this is back in 98. I left LA in 97. So back in about 98, yeah, DC was way more popping than LA ever had been for me. And it was a ball. Both of my roommates were Howard students, and I had a career already. So I got to live my college life vicariously through them, you
Oh,
know, like
okay.
the parties and all that stuff. So them was the days, I'll just say.
Okay, I see now. Yeah. Okay. I get it.
But DC is not like that anymore.
Mhm.
But Georgia to me is my favorite place. And I'm gonna be real 100 with you. Why? Because for real, how do I put this diplomatically? I'm not discriminatory, but it's FUBU on mine all day, every day. So being here is wonderful. I don't get that in LA. You know,
Mhm.
we fourth class citizens in LA. So being here in Georgia is just especially in Atlanta proper, metro, where we at, it's wonderful.
Nice.
It's cool just to be FUBU all day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
It's lovely.
Nice. And you're appreciated. You could showcase your work, your art, like your gifts,
Yeah.
and people accept it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And that's why I need to go, because I think it's starting to become a competition because we're so like packed in New Jersey. Everyone in Jersey City, I live in Jersey City, it's like everyone knows everyone. And even if you don't know them, you know them because it's like somebody that got to know somebody else that you may not know, but it's like it's starting to become annoying, and I have to go.
Sometimes
It's like
you
I'm
gotta breathe
running.
fresh air.
It's like I'm running. I don't. And at first I thought my son was gonna be opposed to the move. It's the day he graduated, the very day we got home from his graduation. He said, "Okay, when we leaving?"
All right, then time to go. Time to go.
I'm like, "Oh, okay." So if I didn't have the motivation, then I have it now for him,
Right.
because he went through a lot his 8th grade. He went through a whole lot. So to move, if he feels like that's gonna make him a better person, then I'm the
All for
person
it.
to help him do that.
It feels so much better when you have the acceptance of your children, when you're trying to make a move. Because me personally, maybe I'm a people pleaser, but I hate making moves when they don't approve. Like, I know people be like, you need a period. It's like, yeah, but they got to be on board too. So
I want my child to be happy,
right.
I don't want to move them away from their friends, and and then school. But with him, he has one friend, and his one friend is more of a person that goes out in the open and be with other people, and he's not. He likes to stay more to himself. So I think with him now, it's like I just want to be with different people,
We
different
need
environments.
more stories on Elijah. I think that's what got me to you is Elijah.
Really?
Oh my word, them stories. That boy is so you're a great mom by just your interaction with your son. I love reading Elijah's stories. That boy is wise beyond his years, and yeah, he deserves his happiness. So I'm glad to know that he's happy with you wanting to come here.
Yeah, he's excited. He's really excited, and I actually slowed down on the Elijahisms. I
You
slowed
did.
down
You
because
have.
he's older now, and the stuff that he say is like, I'm not putting that up there. I'm not
Gotta censor
doing it.
that.
I am not doing it. Now y'all gonna look at me like I'm crazy if you hear some of the stuff that he's saying now. And
Look, you gotta put that. You got to put that on a like a anonymous post somewhere that ain't attached to you.
Yeah,
the mind of an 8th grader.
Yeah, because he's smelling himself now. So,
dude, like it's funny. It's funny how this aging thing works. Okay, so to be 100% honest, like I'll be 50 this year, right? So
nah.
Yeah. So this whole aging thing is a trip because it's like, when the hell do we turn into these people that is like, that's not with the nonsense anymore, where we used to be full on with the nonsense. Like,
Yeah.
Like how did that happen? And when did it switch? It's just so weird, and how quickly it happens. It's amazing. So
Quick is not the word. Like, I don't know how this kid is going to high school now. Like, I remember posting when he was like 4 years old, and he's telling me all this stuff. Because, like you said, he's like wise beyond his years, to the point where he was saying things that I'm like, wait, why is this 4-year-old saying this? And he's way different. Of course, he's way different than his brother, but Elijah is just so special. Like he actually, I guess maybe because I was also older having him too, so I could see him and like being like me. Like I like to stay in the house and I like to do things while I'm in the house, and he does too. And he would literally sit and talk with me, like just sit and we'll talk. And he actually wanted to learn how to crochet.
Mm-hmm. You didn't
And
teach him?
I had a so that's another story from it. I had for my podcast, I had a male come on, and he actually said how he learned how to crochet and why he learned. He learned because he wanted to get a girl, and so I was
That's always their motivation for everything.
yes, Bono, that's his name, Bono Crochet.
Oh, yeah, BHNO. What does he say? BHNO.
Yeah.
Because that sounds like the way you say that is, it sounds like you're saying it in Spanish, like
Bueno.
something. What'd you say?
Bueno.
No, bien hecho, bien hecho.
Bueno. Man, this was like 2 years ago when I had him on there. But he when he was explaining all of that, and my son was like, oh. Like, oh, because he thought being a guy, a little boy, that he shouldn't crochet. But I'm showing him all these men that crochet, and he was like, "Oh, can you teach me?" And then I tried to teach him, but he wasn't in the headspace. He said he was, but he really wasn't. And then when I start teaching other little children, now he's like, "Well, I don't want to learn now because you taught them and not me." So,
oh no, he's not.
Yeah, he's silly. He is real silly, but he's more focused on some other stuff right now. I'm not going to go into his business. He's focused, though. He's focused.
That's good. So about your astrology mission, because you were going in there, and very well too, might I say. I was very impressed by your post. I was like, damn, she just went and just like, it was like a match. It was, or yeah, like a match. It wasn't lit, and then you lit it, and it was like whoosh. So where to post that? I need to see some more stuff.
I'll do that. So I kind of stopped because it's like some people are interested, some people are not interested, and it's to the point where it was like I got all this crochet stuff now. I'm putting all of this, and that's because I am in the process of like blossoming, if you know what I mean. Like I'm in
transformation.
I am going through a serious transformation right now. And that's another reason why I'm moving to Georgia. So it's to the point now where like I have a whole nother, more than just crochet. It's a whole nother side of me right now.
That's great. That's great to have. I just had an idea. Have you been graphing like the zodiac signs on dresses?
I did. I actually have the dress. I didn't make it on dresses or anything, but I did make it the dress.
Okay, yeah, that'd be a cute dress. I would wear a Sag dress.
Okay, that is a good idea.
Yeah, that'd be cute.
Yeah, okay, that's a good idea. I think I would look into that. Okay.
So, yeah, I admire you. So I appreciate you wanting to talk to me first. Yeah. I'm always surprised when people want to talk to me. I don't know why, because everybody always want to talk to me, but
you're interesting. It's like mysterious. Like I see you. It's one thing about seeing somebody post up on Facebook versus like actually talking with you. So I already saw like some of the edgy, but like I said, I'm starting to see more stuff. And I was like, I like her. I like her.
I just be talking mess most of the time.
Yeah, but like I said, you say things that others want to say but don't.
Oh gosh, and I got a whole arsenal. I'm like, I can't post this stuff under my name. I'm about to go on the low and start posting stuff because
that's why I said I have a whole nother situation going on. I don't even tell anybody that I just identify myself as something else.
Yes, I do that.
Yes.
I advocate for that wholeheartedly. Everybody ain't got to know your
Yes.
business at all.
Yes, I love it that way. I love it. But I want to thank you so much for coming on, and I appreciate you. And get y'all tickets because Miss Thing is doing her thing. And then we're gonna look forward to the Strands again in March. I am looking forward to being a part of that as well, since I'll be in the state.
Yep, please do. And then some hookers night out somewhere sometime soon. But yeah, this year's going by really fast, I see.
Hookers night out, is that something you do on the regular, or is it like because I know you did something virtual, but I know that now that we out, are you doing
The
something
last one I did was October. I have not really done another one yet. I've done them in LA, Vegas, here. I try to do them on the regular, but then I get involved with doing other stuff like Taste of the Arts, you know. So
that's in August. So why don't you do something in like November, October, November?
Yeah,
September.
November is my birth month, so I'm not opposed to that. Since, like I said, it's my golden year.
I'll be 17 in November.
So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, if I had it my way, I would do it once a month. And actually just moved into a whole new spot, so it just might happen here in my crib. So we'll see.
Okay, all right.
But we can really get crunk and do what we really want.
You
know, on a hooker's night out.
All right, hon. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And next week I'm having my cousin on, which is Bimmy. She's Bimmy on Facebook, but I call her Lauren. That's my cousin Lauren.
She crochets too?
Yes, actually, she made the jacket with the Lizzo on the back. And she gave it to Lizzo on stage.
I didn't see that. I have to see that.
Yeah, she actually went viral.
Okay.
Yeah, my cousin. We learned how to crochet with that same exact family. We all crocheted. So she's gonna be on in another 2 weeks. Not next week, but the week after. I'm gonna do my next podcast, and so y'all gotta come on and see Bimmy.
Yes, ma'am. We will. Send me the link so I can share it, please.
Absolutely. All right, hon. Thank you so much.
Love you.
Guys have a good night.
You too. Yes. Good night, all. Happy weekend.
Bye.
Bye.